Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! There's no applause. We're getting ready for April when they get rid of the effects, so get used to it. Yeah, there we go. I am James Phoenix, and this is the WWE Fantasy Log. Tonight we are not having any news or anything like that. Per our new schedule, as was mentioned, any week there is a pay-per-view. The pay-per-view will be scored on Thursday in our old time slot. Well, the regular weekly scoring will occur each week on our new time and night of Saturday. So
Same time, different day.
Right. So stay tuned on Saturday for the regular weekly show, and this will be the first of our Thursday pay-per-view scorings. So tonight we will be having no news, and we will only be looking at the WWE Elimination Chamber.
Technically, this is the second because we did this the last pay-per-view as well.
We did?
Yeah, because when we
Right, because we got out of the Rumble, it
yeah.
was too late. We had to push it, right?
Yeah.
I remember now. Oh, no, we didn't. No, we had to do it that way intentionally because season swap, right?
Yeah.
Season swap. Fair enough. Well, anyway, joining me, as always, are Jeff and John, by the way.
Hello.
What's up? And we're just going to do a Elimination Chamber. This shouldn't take too long. Stick with us. And watch me take all the titles.
No, not all of them. I think Team Hug Life would like have a few words with you.
You're right. I don't have the tag titles. My apologies.
Or the women's. You have the SmackDown women's, though.
I have the SmackDown women's, and this is a SmackDown pay-per-view, so that's what matters.
Yeah.
Anywho, why don't we go over here and go to the charts and see what's going
To the
on.
charts.
Let's go to the map.
I want to go to you're the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. No. All right. So I guess I have the leaderboards up. So let's look at the leaderboards first. Chris Jericho, Y2J, in the lead at 118, followed by Gentleman Gallagher at 111. Cedric Alexander of the Cruiserweight Division at 81, followed by the Universal Champion Kevin Owens at 80. The Monster Braun Strowman at 78, a couple points ahead of Cruiserweight Tony Nese at 76. AJ Styles of the SmackDown roster at 66, followed by Enzo Amore, one half of the number one contenders to the Raw Tag Team Championship at 62. John Cena, the former WWE Champion, as we're going to see, at 60 points. And Baron Corbin rounding out the top 10 at 58 points.
Nice.
By overall scores, as you can see here, let me scroll over to this thing.
By the way, Jim, do you realize, and I just realized this the other night playing WWE 2K17, do you realize Jack Gallagher stole someone's gimmick?
Did he now?
Yeah, someone else who has a fabulous stash. And is currently on the roster.
Okay.
Being buried.
Who would that be?
Simon Gotch.
Ah.
He was the gentleman boxer.
Fair enough. Well, now he's the gentleman jobber.
Yeah, so apparently when he dared to piss off Vince McMahon replaced him. Literally.
Yeah, pretty much.
And improved on it. Gallagher's better.
Yeah. Sucks to be you, Simon Gotch.
Pretty much.
Seriously, Aiden English. Dump his ass and go solo.
Yeah, come back being the singing gimmick. Do you know, come on. Do you know how much that would get you over, especially with Beauty and the fucking Beast coming out in like a month? You'd get the fuck over if you went back to that gimmick.
No, what you need to do in English, break up with Simon Gotch. Okay, break up with Simon Gotch, come back out and start singing, and then start a feud with R-Truth.
Ha!
It's going to be singing versus rapping, and we're going to see who wins.
Singing.
And then what you're going to do to counteract that is you're going to go back in the files. You're going to go to Curtis Axel, ask him for his father's old record, and then you're going to come out and sing "I Hate Rap."
Yes.
That's a throwback for anybody who watched WWE back in the 90s. Anyway.
But then R-Truth has to rap "Be a Man About It."
Yes.
From Macho Man.
Yes, perfect. Anyway, so as you can see, the scores from last week. Currently, the lead is Certified Jerichoholic at 1,029 points, followed by the ROS at 754, and Hug Life is in third at 636.
Yeah, I'm probably losing that middle place this week.
Well, we're going to find out. let's go to the card and see what happens.
We'll find out on Saturday.
Indeed. But for right now, let's see what happens per the chamber. We're going to open things up with our pre-show match of Kurt Hawkins versus Mojo Rawley. Hawkins and Rawley had were having a bit of a tiff on Twitter, going back and forth. Kurt Hawkins took a cheap shot at Mojo Rawley's football career. And so that resulted in this matchup because Mojo Rawley needs something to do until Ryder gets his knee fixed.
Let me guess. I get no points because I lost.
If you're Kurt Hawkins, then yes, you lost.
Yeah, I have Kurt Hawkins.
By the way, the Elimination Chamber is coming from the Talking Stick Resort Arena.
Oh, no, you have
Phoenix.
Kurt Hawkins. Where did you get Kurt Hawkins? I thought I had Kurt Hawkins.
I don't know.
I don't know. I believe at one point when we were evening shit, you gave me Kurt Hawkins.
Maybe. Okay,
If my
well,
memory
you should
serves
get some
correctly.
points.
Anyway, so the Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix, Arizona is where we're coming from, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Just to mention that. So basically Hawkins and Mojo had about the match you would expect. They went back and forth for a while. Mojo did most of the dominating. Hawkins came back for a brief little while, and then Mojo countered him and destroyed him. So about what you would expect. So with that, Kurt Hawkins is going to get 8 points for competing in a pay-per-view, and 1 for a move is going to be 9 points to Kurt Hawkins.
And you did it again.
I know. I'm going to fix it. Hang on.
It's sad we live in an age where Mojo Rawley has to carry someone. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're about.
If Mojo Rawley has to carry your ass, you just go home. You fail.
Mojo Rawley. Anyway, Kurt Hawkins gets 9 points, as I was saying. 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mojo Rawley is going to get himself 8 points for competing in a match on the pay-per-view, 30 points for winning that match, and 3 points for his moves. So that would be 38, 41 points, Mojo Rawley.
Yay to Mojo Rawley?
Yay to Mojo Rawley, who is on the Hug Life roster, as I notice here.
He is.
41 points, Mojo Rawley. How about that?
He's eclipsing his previous high of 8 points. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Probably. I can open the document and find out if you really want to know.
No, I wanted to make fun of him.
Fair enough. I respect
he
that.
doesn't get much points. Or many. Nah, fucking kid. He does not get many points.
Fair enough. So.
Oh, she's not on the roster. We preemptively took her off.
Who?
Rosa Mendez.
Yeah.
Yeah, we deleted her ages ago. Where the hell have you been?
Well, she just announced her retirement.
Yes, but she hadn't been around in 2 years. We were pretty sure she was gone.
Fair enough.
Jeez. Anyway. So we'll move on to the pay-per-view proper.
It was just one match?
Yeah, pre-show was one match.
Oh, that's a shitty pre-show.
It's a fucking one brand pay-per-view.
They used to have one, and then sometimes it was 2, and then last time didn't they do 3 or something crazy?
I don't know. Yeah, they did, but that was the big double branded fucking Rumble.
Yeah.
They're probably going to have 3 for WrestleMania.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll put it to you this way. If you want to understand, this is a single branded pay-per-view. There's not enough to really populate a pre-show. Think about it this way, okay? The Vaudevillains, Breezango, and Apollo Crews made the main card.
And for WrestleMania, they might only have 2 because one of them's probably the Andre the Giant.
Yeah, probably. Who do you think's winning it this year?
Baron Corbin, so he remains relevant.
I could see them doing that, actually.
I don't know. Depends who enters it.
He could
if he enters it, I could see Braun Strowman winning it.
He could be the first and only 2-time winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
I feel like Braun isn't Strowman though on the main card. I don't think they would waste.
Yeah, Strowman's probably going to be. Strowman is fighting Roman Reigns. That's what's happening. And now, if Roman Reigns moves on to the Undertaker, then Strowman will probably fight somebody else.
I was about to say, isn't Strowman fighting Roman Reigns on Sunday?
In a couple weeks. You're a little ahead of yourself there, buddy.
Oh, I thought it was this weekend.
No, at least another week away, if not 2.
Fair enough.
Fastlane isn't until March, dude.
Okay.
It's like the first Sunday in March, I think, whatever that Sunday is. Looking like March the 5th. I'm thinking it's March the 5th. Anywho, so I'm just gonna take a moment here to ask because this is where this first was shown. So let me get some opinions from you, gentlemen.
It is March the 5th. You are correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, just a brief moment for opinions here, since this was first shown at the opening of the program. Opinions on the new chamber.
New chamber?
It looks okay.
Didn't notice anything different about it, really.
It's more square-like.
You did notice that it went from a very rounded structure to a square structure?
No, I didn't.
You were that blinded. Wow. Yeah, the Elimination Chamber used to be a big rounded structure, and they made it smaller. They made it square shape. They added padding inside the chamber, and it looked like they added some kind of a coating around the chains. They also breakaway glass with crappy plexiglass, but they did that a couple years ago, so that wasn't new.
I just have to say, if they did in fact make it smaller, they better not put that in the next game, because that will suck. Because the chamber in the game is small enough as it is. If you're going to make it smaller, it's going to be unplayable.
Like I said, I don't think it was that much smaller. I think it was just a matter of there was a little less area around. Like, I think the pods themselves were a little bit smaller. Because you could see the pods were perfect square, and the 2 walls slid in from outside to lock them in place.
Fair enough. I kind of like the round. It made it look unique.
Yeah, but the great thing about this chamber is now it brings it in line with the WWE standard. Cage, cell, chamber. It fits WWE's aesthetic now. It fits in.
That's why I like the old one, because it made it unique. It didn't make it seem like everything else.
Yeah, well, the old one is gone. Get used to it.
I'd rather have the SmackDown fist back.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I remember jumping off that thing. Those were good times. But anyway, yeah, it is a new chamber. It's worth noting, Stephanie did an interview at one point where it was noted that not as, oh, I'm the evil commissioner, but as, oh, I'm the lady that runs the fucking company. That basically, one of the reasons was because the previous chamber structure was just too unwieldy and a pain in the ass to use. It was very, very large. It weighed a ridiculous amount. I think they made it lighter also. Whatever they do with it, the new chamber is lighter. Because the old one was very, very large. It was made of it weighed like 10 tons. And every time they went to use the damn thing, it was a fucking fight and a half to be able to, number one, find an arena whose roof could support the weight of the structure. And number 2, actually get it hung the fuck up there.
Yeah, well, what did they expect? Eric Bischoff designed it.
Yeah. which is another reason why they redesigned it to be, smaller. Because now that it's a square, you can put one thing on each corner and lower it and raise it like a cage or a cell. It's much easier to support as opposed to a round structure whose weight is more unevenly distributed. And you can, and it brings it more in line.
I agree with John.
About
the face that he made in response to what you said.
I did not see the face. Fair enough.
Yeah, he made a face when you said unevenly distributed weight in a circle. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's like, I don't think that's how that works.
No, that kind of goes against the definition of circle.
Except it doesn't, because on a square structure, the weight can be evenly lifted on the 4 corners. On a circular structure, there are no corners to lift the weight, and as a result, no matter where you place the bands, the weight is not going to evenly lift.
You place it on the pods.
Yeah, but that still doesn't work, because then you saw the excess steel on the side sticking out, and there's still extra weight that throws it off. It becomes a problem. There are no corners on a circle.
No.
But anyway, let's get back to the thing. So we're going to open up our main card with a women's match of Becky Lynch versus Mickie James.
Yay.
Feelings on the match?
Maybe.
Didn't see it.
Fair enough. You suck. Hang on.
Hang on.
There we go. You can't see. I just put on my glasses.
Okay then.
I'm just saying.
Who are you and what have you done with Jim?
He's trying to fit in with us cool kids.
I don't wear them as often as I should. I have an astigmatism. At the moment, the screen is a little blurry to me, so I'm putting them on. It's because I'm very tired. So yeah, Becky versus Mickie, pretty standard women's matches you would expect from these two ladies. Back and forth action. Becky Lynch comes out the winner after a pin roll. After she puts Becky in the disarmer, Becky escapes the submission into a roll-up, but Becky reverses the roll-up into one of her own. So Mickie James gets 8 points for competing in the match. She actually has 2 evasions for another 6 points and 2 moves for 8. So 8 and 8 puts her at 16 points for the evening. Oh, what did I just do? Undo.
You gave everybody 18 points.
I did. Okay, so 16 would be 26, and then 8 would be 34 points for Mickie James. Okay. Now, Becky Lynch wins the match, so Becky Lynch gets 30 points for winning a pay-per-view match. 8 for competing in that match is 38. She had 2 moves, is 40 points, Becky Lynch. What's her 81? 81.
Fuck you.
All right. So, following this match, as was noted on the pre-show, the other thing we did have on the pre-show that I will mention is that Carmella was sitting in with the panel for quite some time. And following this, James Ellsworth arrived in his Ghetto Ellsworth gear.
My name is Ellsworth Amore.
Yeah.
I am a non-certified G.
Marcus, do you have to be leaning your face bright light into the fucking monitor? Stop doing that.
Sorry, I'm just leaning on the desk. I'm tired.
We are all tired. Get over it. Man up.
Yeah, but you don't have to be on camera when you're tired. You can lay on your fucking bed.
But I'm not. I'm sitting with my glasses on so that I can properly do the math. I have to do math when I'm tired. And unlike you who failed to live up to stereotypes, I pride myself on being halfway decent at math. So anyway, near the end of the pre-show, James Ellsworth came to Carmella on the panel and informed her that he had purchased them tickets to watch the show. Specifically, he had purchased them a skybox. So they went up to their skybox and watched the show from said skybox, and we periodically checked in with them throughout the course of the night.
Woohoo! Appearance points.
Could Carmella not have just, stayed at the table for free and got paid?
Apparently not.
Fail in logic.
It's also worth noting we did find out over the course of the evening that James Ellsworth is a connoisseur of arena snack foods.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Every time we come up there, he has a different snack food.
So appearance points then?
Yeah, so the interviewer asks Carmella what she thought about that women's match, and she says that the wrong woman won. Ellsworth is eating popcorn, but takes a moment to agree. So we'll give the appearance points to Carmella and Ellsworth. They're going to get 3 for each of these little appearances because they didn't do enough to warrant more than that.
Yeah.
It's 29 for Carmella, and James Ellsworth, he's going to get 3 more and put him up at 14. Okay. So following this, we cut back down to the ring for a handicap match of Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler.
Another match I did not see.
Okay, well, Apollo Crews came out and he got in the ring. And then Kalisto came out, and Dolph Ziggler jumped Kalisto in the entranceway and beat the shit out of him, and threw him into the he slammed him back first onto the steel ramp.
On a steel.
On a steel ramp. So Kalisto was taken to the back by the officials, and Ziggler went down to the ring and began wrestling Crews one-on-one.
Okay.
They go back and forth. Kalisto kind of dominates Crews for a little while.
You mean Cruz?
Yeah, Crews. That's what I said.
You said Kalisto.
I said Crews.
John, what did he say?
I don't remember.
Thank you. So anyway, Ziggler dominates Crews for a while and beats him up. And then partway through the match, as he's getting beat up, Kalisto comes out and proceeds to hobble down to the ring while holding his back. He makes his way to the ring apron and manages to get himself tagged into the match by Apollo Crews. And Kalisto then jumps into the match and immediately no-sells his back injury.
I heard that.
And yeah, you heard it from me. I told you when we were doing the recording for the other channel.
I wasn't in that one though.
Oh. Awkward.
But yeah, I heard he like got in the ring and just started jumping around.
Yeah, he started doing flippy lucha shit.
And I was like, oh.
He starts throwing kicks and a kick to the head, and he does some springboard move. And just starts beating up Ziggler. And then Ziggler manages to come back and get Kalisto in a waist lock, like he's going to hit him with a suplex. And Kalisto pushes Ziggler back into their corner, and it was the other way around. Ziggler was the one in the waist lock because Kalisto was going to do something, and Ziggler slammed Kalisto into the corner to try to break the hold. And while Kalisto was in the corner, Apollo tagged himself in behind everybody's back. And then as Ziggler managed to break free from Kalisto's hold, he turned around right into a spinning sit-out powerbomb, which allowed Crews and Kalisto to pick up the win. This did not sit well with Dolph Ziggler, who after the match rolled out of the ring, grabbed a steel chair, and beat the shit out of both of them. He beat the shit out of Kalisto with the chair, threw him out of the ring, and then beat the shit out of Apollo Crews with the chair, and then slammed Apollo Crews' ankle in the chair twice.
Okay, then.
So, Dolph Ziggler gets 8 points for competing in that match, and he's going to get 4 move points, so he's going to get 12 points for that. And we're going to throw him some out-of-match assault points. So what did I say? He had 8, and then 12, and then 4 is 16 for the out-of-match assault. And for an object use is 19 points, Dolph Ziggler. He had 54, and then another 9 is 63 points.
He's
Okay.
here to show the world. He's here to show the world.
Indeed. And then Kalisto did not actually hit any moves in this match, presumably due to his injury. So, as a result, Kalisto is just going to get 15 points for being on the winning team and 8 for competing, which is going to give him 23 points for this match. Plus his existing 9 is 32 points. Kalisto. And then Apollo Crews got the win in this match, so he's going to get 30 points for winning this match and 8 points for competing in it. Let's see, 30 and 8 is 38 points, plus he had 5 moves. It'll be 38. And let's see, 38 and 5 would be 43 points to Apollo Crews. He's at 373, puts him at 74. And then on top of that, a handicap match is a specialty match, which means Apollo is going to get an extra 13 points for being in and winning that match, which will be 87 for Apollo Crews. And an extra 3 points is going to go to Kalisto and Ziggler, respectively. And I'll put Kalisto at 35. If I can click in the box, there we go. And then Dolph Ziggler We put up to 66. Okay. So that happened. Let's see. We then had ourselves a tag team turmoil match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Playa.
Hall of Fame 2017 player.
Indeed. Holla, holla, holla.
Holla! I like that it is his whole video package, and at no point did they mention that he was a ref.
They showed him as the ref.
Did they show him as the ref? I missed that.
That's the first thing they showed him as a ref.
Okay,
They didn't mention he was a ref, but they showed him as a ref.
fair enough. What do you think will induct Tilo?
I don't know, Farouk.
I could see that.
I was gonna joke and say Rodney Mack, but I don't
Ah.
know where they'd find
I was
him.
gonna say if they get back with the Mac, or they could just get down with the Brown.
Yeah, but if you watch the video package, he actually managed Farouk.
Mm-hmm. No, I know you would know that because if you watch WWE Story Time, there was a story of how Tilo was driving the APA somewhere and they stopped so Farouk and Bradshaw could take a leak in the snow, and then they drove off without Farouk.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's good times.
Well, not for Farouk, but
Well, no, but anyway, tag team turmoil match. We're just gonna go in order. Beauty and the Man Beast opened up the match against the Fashion Police. They had some back and forth action. Breezango did some double kicks, but didn't really work out. And Fandango ate a gore, causing them to be eliminated. So Breezango did not hit any moves, and they got eliminated quickly, so they're each going to get 8 points for competing in the match, and nothing else.
Would that not be considered a specialty match since it's tag team turmoil?
Sure, what the hell? So that'll be 11 points, plus it was going to be 20 points for Fandango, and Tyler Breeze has 9. He'll also be pushed up to 20 points. Okay. So after Beauty and the Man Beast conducted that elimination, the next team out was the Vaudevillains, who again throw some offense but are fairly quickly eliminated when Slater hits his what does he call that move? Shit, I forgot the name of the move.
Let's just call it the. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he calls it the shit.
No.
I was gonna say let's just call it the I Got Kids.
Yeah. No, it's an underhook DDT, but he has a name for it. But anyway, he hits that on Aiden English, and they eliminate another team. So the Vaudevillains, let's see, the Vaudevillains or Simon Gotch at least managed to hit 2 moves. So props to him. So then Aiden English will get 11 points, and Gotch will get 13 points.
The poor man's Jack Gallagher.
Yep. 35 for Aiden English, and Simon Gotch will get 13 points, which we put him up at 37. Okay. Now, following this, the Usos enter the match. They take on Slater and Rhino, and they put in great offense against the two, and managed to temporarily indispose Rhino long enough to super kick Slater and eliminate Beauty and the Man Beast. So Rhino had 1 move and plus an elimination, as did Slater, had 2 moves and an elimination. So Rhino is going to get 8 points for competing in the match. Well, he's going to get the standard 11 plus 4 is 15 points to Rhino, and therefore 16 points to Slater. 15 points is 26 to Rhino, and then 16 points to 15 or 6. Wait, what did Wendy get? I'm confused.
16.
11. Yeah, 16. Okay, thank you. Where's Heath? 16 points to Heath Slater. $16 plus 9 is 25. Okay. So following this, American Alpha, the champs, join in with the Usos, hit them with some suplexes. They all go back and forth. Some kicks from the Usos. And the match ends when Gable manages to roll Jimmy up for an elimination after he drops Jordan with a super kick. The Usos are eliminated and then beat the shit out of American Alpha, throwing them into barricades and stairs, and leaving Chad Gable dead on the outside and Jason Jordan dead in the center of the ring. So the Usos, let's see here. Jimmy had an elimination, and Jay had 2 moves. Jimmy had 3. So Jay is going to get 11, plus 2 is 13, plus out-of-match assault is another 4, is 17 for Jay Uso. Which would come to 34, 41. And then Jimmy Uso would have the same 11, plus the 4 would be 15, plus 6 is 21 for Jimmy, which puts him at 35. All right. So the Ascension comes out last, believing they've got this match in the bag thanks to the Uso assault. So they jump in the ring and hit Jason Jordan with a the fuck. I can never remember the name of the Fall of Man. Thank you. They hit the Fall of Man on Jason Jordan, but Chad Gable comes literally out of nowhere to break up the pinfall. They manage to fight their way back into the match, holding off the Ascension, and end them with a great amplitude on Victor after Jordan hits him with a big suplex. So Connor and Victor each had a move, so they're going to get 12 points a pop, which is 36 for Connor. And another 12 points to Victor is 42.
Then now John gets a whole fuck ton of points, and I'm just host for the rest of the season.
And your winners are the champs. So let's see here. I believe, it was a grand amplitude, so I'm going to assume that Gable Gable tagged in and got the victory. Okay, so we'll do Jordan first. So Jason Jordan gets 15 points for being on the winning team. 8 points for competing in the match is, is 23 points. And then he has 5 points for moves, is 28 points. And then a title retention is another 15, is 38, plus 5 is 43 points, Jason Jordan. Will be 53, 57. And then Chad Gable, he gets 30 points for winning the match. 15 for the retention is 45. 8 for competing is 53. Moves is another 6, which would be 59. Plus 10 points for winning the specialty match is 69. And 69 points, Chad Gable. We have 79, 84. Okay. Thus, the tag team turmoil match ends. Thank God. Moving on, Nikki Bella versus Natalya.
Which ends in a no fucking contest. Fuck this feud.
No, it ends in a double countout.
Well, same thing. Same result. Exact same result. I get no points.
Yeah, competition to move points.
Ooh, big fucking deal. I ain't gonna make a difference.
And there's an extra 5 points for a no contest. So let's see here. So yeah,
Fuck you.
they beat each other up, throw a lot of moves, and end up getting double counted out as they're beating each other up outside the ring. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So let's see. We'll start off with Natalya. She comes first alphabetically. So 8 points for competing in the match. 5 points for it being a double count out will push her up to 13. And 8 moves will push her up to 21.
You get points for it being a double count out?
Yes, 5 points.
Okay.
So 21 points at Natalya. Would be 31, and 6 is 37 for Natalya. And then Nikki Bella is going to get, let's see, 8 plus the 5 is 13. And 7 moves is 20 points, Nikki. Puts her at 36. Okay. Rolling right along. We move on to Randy Orton versus Luke Harper.
The most points I'm ever going to get this entire fucking night.
Yep. So they come down, they beat each other up. There's a lot of countering of moves, some assaults outside the ring by the table. And at the end, Orton blocks a lariat and hits an RKO on Harper for the victory.
Oh.
Wake up.
No.
Wake up, San Francisco.
No. That's Wake Up, USA. Fuller House for the win. You disagree.
Just score this thing.
Yeah. All right, so Luke Harper competed in this match, so he gets 8 points. He had 10 for moves, so 18 points to Luke Harper. Which would put him at 40. 40 points even. Randy Orton gets 30 points for winning a match, 8 for competing in it is 38. And 8 moves is 46 points, Randy Orton.
That includes the pay-per-view points?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Which would be, let's see. Which would be, what's Randy Orton at 99 points. We then cut backstage where Nikki Bella is doing an interview, and she is jumped by Natalya, and they beat the shit out of each other in the interview area. Until the referees pull them apart.
They get promo and assault points.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. All right, Nikki Bella. Where is she? Over here. Whoa, jumping around. All right, so that's 8. That's going to put her at 44. Plus the out-of-match assault is 48. And Nikki gets out.
They didn't do any moves?
No, just punched each other a lot. And then up to 41 for Natalya. Okay. After this, we have ourselves a women's championship match of Naomi versus Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, fuck this match.
It's a great way to put it.
I guess props to Naomi. Her gimmick has been getting over, even if her in-ring ability has not.
That's the only reason she got the title is because she's so fucking over right now.
Yep. And because WrestleMania is in her hometown.
Yeah, fuck hometown bullshit.
Yep. So this was okay, I guess. Match ended when Naomi botched a fucking, what do they call that? Split leg moonsault. There we go. I want to call it the Starship Pain, but that's Morrison's, and that involves a corkscrew, and it looks much better. But yeah, so she botched that and just barely managed to connect with the knee on it and picked up the win. So, let's see. Alexa Bliss gets 8 points for competing in the match. And Alexa only had one move, far as I could gather. So 9 points, Alexa. Alexa, that's 9 points. So that would be 26. Naomi, on the other hand, let's see here. Naomi gets 30 points for winning the match, 50 points for winning the women's championship, puts her at 80, 8 points for competing is 88, and 5 moves is 93 points, Naomi.
Damn. I quit.
And if I do some math here, let's see. 93 points, Naomi, plus her existing 49. Puts Naomi at 142 and the lead. For
I
now.
quit. I don't want to live in this world anymore.
All right there, Professor Farnsworth. All righty. And that just leaves the big one, the Elimination Chamber match.
More points to Jim. Moving on. All the points to Jim. Moving on.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. This is a hell of a match, though. This is a great match.
Mm.
It was entertaining as hell. A lot of crazy moves. I'm awarding some OMGs in here. Good shit all around.
Unless you give me 1,000 points in OMGs, it's not going to make a difference.
Just saying, I'm doing it. Calm yourself. So, we'll go in order of the people eliminated. So, Cena and AJ started off. They beat each other up. AJ hits the that torture rack into a power bomb move. Gets a 2 count. Goes for a Styles Clash, but Cena gets out and he manages to get out of that and hits a Code Red Sunset Flip powerbomb type move. And Dean Ambrose gets released from his pod next. Hits a lariat on Cena. Throws him into the cage a bunch of times. Then attacks Styles on the backdrop Styles onto the floor. And he lands hard. And I mean hard. Like AJ was like way up in the air and just boom, spine first on the steel.
Now, wasn't it off the top of the pod?
It might have been.
Because I do seem to remember they went up on the top of the pod and AJ went down.
Yeah, and
Or like a.
yeah. So just because I reacted to it, I'm giving Dean Ambrose an OMG for that. I'm gonna make a note of that. Okay. He then went off the top of the pod with a clothesline with a big elbow drop to John Cena. He did those like back to back, so giving him 1 OMG for the whole thing.
Okay.
Back in the ring, Ambrose attacks Styles with a hammerlock. Cena comes in, German suplexes both men at the same time. Should Cena get an OMG for that?
For double suplex?
For a German suplexing 2 dudes at the same time.
Maybe. What else is an OMG in this match? I don't know.
Well, the things Ambrose did, Corbin putting Ambrose through a pod. And I normally wouldn't count it, but because of how they sold it, I'm going to go Cena getting thrown off the wall.
Mm. Who would get it for that, Cena or the other guy?
Well, Cena. Well, in that case, it would be AJ who threw Cena off the wall.
Okay, then I guess yeah, Cena can have it for.
Okay, Cena gets an OMG for a big double suplex.
Yeah.
65. Well, I'll just add it to the listing over here for when I do people eliminations.
Yeah.
When I do the whole thing at once. Okay. And then we know we're going to give one to Corbin for the pod, and we know that we're going to give one to AJ for throwing Cena off the wall. Okay. So basically, everybody got an OMG except Bray and Miz. Sucks to be them.
Well, Bray doesn't need it because he fucking won the match.
That's true. So anyway, speaking of Bray Wyatt, he enters the match next as Styles drops Cena with a Pele kick, and Ambrose drops Styles with a lariat, the lunatic lariat. Bray comes out, drops Ambrose. The brawl continues. AJ comes over a pod. Ambrose fights him up there. He leaps down to fight with Wyatt. Gets an upper hand. Styles climbs down. They all beat each other up for a while. Wyatt gets powerbombed off a turnbuckle. Styles goes flying as a result. Corbin is released next. Hits a deep six on Ambrose. Drops Wyatt outside the ring. Then brawls with Ambrose against the cage. The Miz's pod opens when he refuses to come in at first. Corbin stares down the Miz and gets rolled up by Dean Ambrose from behind for an elimination. So, Corbin will be scored first. He will get 11 points for competing in it being a specialty match. Actually, no, let's track that again. That would be 15 points because main event. So, 15 points is the standard for this match. So plus 14 in move points is 29 for Baron Corbin.
Plus his OMG.
That's including his OMG.
Plus the out-of-match assault points.
Right, so then an out-of-match assault would be 33.
Because then he proceeds not to leave the
88.
fucking chamber and just beats the holy hell out of Ambrose.
And puts him through a pod.
Yes.
Excuse me. So after putting him through the pod, he hits the end of days on him in the ring, and Miz takes advantage after he's sure the door is shut and Corbin is gone by jumping on Ambrose to eliminate him. So Dean Ambrose getting scored next. 15, 8 move points, puts Ambrose at 23.
Plus the elimination.
What elimination?
He eliminated Baron Corbin.
Right.
Idiot.
Shut up.
You just said he eliminated Baron Corbin. How could you forget that?
Fine. 15 plus 11 then is 26 points, Dean Ambrose. Next would be 56, and then another 6 is 62. Oh, 62, Dean Ambrose. Okay. So after this, The Miz starts running roughshod on the ring and beating everybody up and hitting everybody with moves, including a skull-crushing finale to Bray Wyatt on the floor. Does that sound like an OMG?
No. That's just
Okay,
a
all
move.
right, we won't do that then. So, Miz beats everybody up for a while, but when he goes for a flying crossbody on Cena, he gets caught and hit with an AA and is eliminated.
Miz.
Miz gets the standard 15 plus 5 is 20 points for Miz.
Plus an elimination. You keep forgetting the eliminations.
Okay, 23 points for the Miz.
Yay, dummies.
Puts him at 53. Okay. So after this, AJ and Bray team up against Cena, but then turn against each other. Cena drops them both and hits a 10-knuckle shuffle on them. That was rather impressive.
So do I get twice the signature points?
I guess. I mean, it's only an extra point.
It's better than not having the extra point.
I don't know. John, do you think a 10-knuckle shuffle deserves an OMG?
Sure.
All right.
Or what, an OMG or just the second signature?
Either or.
Second signature is fine.
Okay. It's only 1 point then. Fair enough. I'm trying to help him.
I know.
You heard it here. You heard it here, Jeff. I was trying to help you. He shut you down. Blame him. Anyway, so let me throw one extra point to John Cena then for that little thing there. Now, John Cena had the most move points of the night.
No. Who eliminated him?
I
You
don't
never
know.
finished your recap. Finish your recap
And
first.
I'm not there yet. One at a time. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm just thinking he had a 10-knuckle shuffle. And then hits an attitude adjustment on Bray Wyatt and tries to do one on AJ Styles, but Styles slips out and hits a Styles clash for a 2. He goes for a phenomenal forearm, but Cena ducks and hits the AA for a 2. Cena goes up top of a pod and jumps off with a splash onto both guys. Then goes for an AA on Bray, but Bray slides out, hits a Sister Abigail, and eliminates John Cena.
Fuck you, Wyatt.
Follow the buzzards. Anyway, so that's an elimination of John Cena. So John Cena will get the standard 15 points. Dear God. Okay, let's see here. Where's my calculator? It's going to be easier. Okay, so John Cena gets the standard 15 points. He gets 11 in actual moves, plus 9 in counters, plus 5 for the OMG, plus 3 for the elimination. Is 43 points to John Cena.
Wow.
Let's see, John Cena, so 43 plus 60 puts John Cena at 103. And second place, third place. Third. We'll check it out. No, wait, maybe we'll check it out at the end. So that leaves it down to Bray and AJ, who managed to get up and beat each other up.
Yeah, Bray's about to take over like fucking second place.
AJ, second, we'll see. AJ escapes a couple of...
He just won a title. Yes, second.
I'm pretty sure he's going to take first.
Maybe.
Who else is even going to be remotely close?
Well, who's at first? Jericho's at first, isn't he?
He was over the end of the night, but he only had 100. We have at least 3 people that have surpassed him in this pay-per-view.
Jericho had 118, did he?
Fine. There's still at least 2 people that have surpassed him in this pay-per-view. Not counting Bray.
Fair enough.
So they beat each other up. AJ escapes with Sister Abigail's, couple of Pele kicks, running knee. Springboard 450 for a 2 count. Goes off the top for a phenomenal forearm, but Bray catches him and Sister Abigail's him into oblivion. Resulting in a Bray Wyatt, your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, who is then joined by Randy Orton, who goes out to the stage to watch his master bask in his glory.
Or to stare him down, you be the judge.
Indeed.
Because I don't think Orton was basking in as much as sizing up a potential opponent.
Except he wasn't, because as we found out...
Well, we found out what Orton said. What he does is a completely different thing, because it's Randy Orton.
At any rate, Bray Wyatt is your big winner of the evening. So here we go, folks.
AJ Styles.
Yes, we'll do AJ Styles first. So AJ Styles gets the standard 15. Let's see. So he's at standard 15. Plus he has 5 in moves, 9 in counters, and the OMG. Is 34 points AJ Styles. Would be, that'd be 96. Well, that puts AJ at exactly 100. How about that?
More points to Orton. Before we go to Bray.
Yeah, we'll throw some Orton points. But hang on, what's that? I'm getting notification that AJ Styles was just attacked by CN from NXT. John, is that dude any good?
He's okay.
Okay. So yeah, Randy Orton will get himself some appearance points. So we'll throw Randy Orton a few extra points. Put Randy Orton at 102.
Woo.
2, I said. There we go. And now the big boy.
Let's see how badly Jim fucking trounced us.
Let's find out. So we got Bray Wyatt, who, by the way, got the final elimination. I should probably mention that.
Yeah, so he's got, what, 2 eliminations?
And we have 2, or we have 6 then. Okay.
He has the final 2 eliminations.
Right. Okay. So he doesn't have a lot of moves though. So let's see. What do we got here? So Bray Wyatt gets 50 points for winning the WWE Championship, 30 for winning the match, 10 for winning the main event. The standard 15 for competing and everything else. And an additional 5 for winning the main event. Wait, what did I do? Something got messed up here. Hang on. Let's try that again.
15 includes winning the main event, Dippy.
No, the 15 includes competing in the main event.
Oh.
So it's 50 plus 30 plus the standard 15 plus another 5. Okay, plus, let's see, 3 for moves plus a counter plus 6 for 2 eliminations. And 112 points to Bray Wyatt.
Jesus.
On top of Bray Wyatt's existing 41 points, is going to put Bray Wyatt at a final total score of 153 points.
Good God.
Can I give you a word of advice, Jeff?
What?
Run.
Why couldn't he get these kind of points when I had him? What the fuck? Not that I needed it when I had him, but still.
Why couldn't John get all your Roman Reigns points when he had him?
Exactly.
Because he took Roman Reigns during the point in
Because
time he was being promptly buried.
Yes.
Yes,
So-
the one time out of a million seasons that he was going to be buried.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the final scores.
Do we have to?
Well, you don't have to. You can not look if you want, but I'm going to say it out loud, so you might want to take your headset off. It's your call. I don't really care.
I'm going to refresh it first.
I already refreshed it.
No, we'll scroll it.
I'm going to. Well, I didn't know if you were going to actually take your headset off or not. So,
Holy shit! Wow!
you're only 30 points behind John.
That's impressive. I did not think we would catch up, but we fucking caught up. Holy crap.
You did. Well, you got to realize you did successfully catch up because you got to figure you had all. John Cena got a fuck ton of points in that main event. So you got all the John Cena points. You got all the Randy Orton points for him winning his match, so that helped you out. You got all the Baron Corbin. You had all the Cena and Corbin points in the chamber, plus the Randy Orton victory, plus Nikki Bella. What points you got for Nikki Bella earlier in the night, plus Rhino and Slater were in the tag team turmoil match and eliminated like 3 teams.
Yeah, and Breezango.
Now you had Breezango who were in there for a while, and John had the rest of the tag teams plus the tag team champs who won the match, plus he had Ambrose in the main event.
Yeah, but you had 2 new titles, the 2 biggest scoring titles on the card. So
Yeah,
you got new champions on both the women's and the men's front.
I did. But even so, that's 50 points a title. That's like 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so 1372 still in the lead is a certified Jerichoholic. Following up on that, with a small second place lead at 1019 is the Hug Life. And just behind in third place by about 30 points is at 982 is the ROS. Save. And lastly but not least, let's check out our new leaderboards. And your new leader, the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, at 153 points, followed by the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Naomi, at 142. Succeeding
That
her.
might be the most awful thing we've ever seen.
I know.
Hashtag I agree with the Baldy Wan Kenobi.
Following her in third place is the United States Champion, Chris Jericho. And following him is the number 1 contender to the Cruiserweight title, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, at 111. John Cena coming in at 103 off of his performance at this pay-per-view, followed by Randy Orton off a big win on Luke Harper at 102, just a point behind John Cena. 2 points behind Orton is AJ Styles off of his Chamber performance at 100, followed by Baron Corbin from the Chamber performance at 91, Apollo Crews off the big win in that handicap match at 87, and Chad Gable off a tag title retention at 84 rounds out the top 10.
This shit's crazy. Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, and Naomi in the top 10.
I know.
Baron Corbin, though, makes sense given the kind of push they've been giving him, what he's been doing. The other two, not so much.
Well, it's weird because they're like pushing him, but it's kind of like that Strowman push where it's not for a title, it's just for some wins. So when titles start getting won, it's weird to see him up there.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
to quote our good friend the Spoony one, bitches be crazy, and I don't know what's going on.
Also, judging by what they've been pushing, I would expect an Intercontinental title reign in Baron Corbin's immediate future.
Yeah, I could definitely see them giving him a belt. The push he's getting isn't that really, and hasn't been. So and he didn't even win the match he was in, so it is surprising to see him up there.
It is. And the leader is very, very close, by the way. Bray has a 10-point lead over an 11-point lead over Naomi, and Naomi has about 30 points on Jericho. But beyond that, Jericho's only 7 points ahead of Gallagher, who is only 8 points ahead of Cena, who's only a point ahead of Orton, who's only 2 points ahead of Styles, who's only 9 points ahead of Corbin, who's only about 4 points ahead of Cruz, who's only 3 points ahead of Gable.
I think Jericho will be lucky to be in the top 10 by the end of this because it's downhill from here for Jericho because he's going to lose the U.S. title. He's going to lose to Kevin Owens.
Yeah, probably. But that's okay. We're going to save that.
I have a feeling they're going to give the U.S. title to Sami Zayn, and that's going to catapult Sami Zayn into the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll help me out a lot.
Oh, definitely.
And I hope Goldberg wins the Universal Championship.
We'll find out. Anything's possible.
Yeah, especially since, Daniel Bryan says they changed shit literally the night of. So
Daniel Bryan.
Yes, he said that in the post show for the Chamber.
He did. He
when
pointed
Renee
out
Young was like, "Well, we know what our main event is," and he goes, "Really?"
Yeah, and then she fucking jinxed it.
Yeah, he goes, "Renee, we literally changed shit the day of, so no."
He said, "I could book a title match for Raw next week. You don't know. Shane and I, we don't know what's going on. We could change our minds 30 minutes before the show goes on the air. You don't know. Anything can happen. There's a lot of weeks left for WrestleMania."
That actually ended up a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
It did. You were not as destroyed. And you see, that's why all your bitching needs to fucking stop.
We'll see. You still hold most of the cards.
What's that, Kurt Angle? It's true. It's true. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Although after the end of this week,
expect Kurt Angle to angle slam somebody at WrestleMania.
Maybe not. But after this week, I'm probably going to end up destroyed because it's like I said, this week pretty much decimated my roster and made it irrelevant, depending on what happens after the fallout of this week.
It took a tenth of them?
Well, like I said, I may have just lost my WrestleMania main event, in which case, fuck WWE. That just basically means I'm not going to win if I lose that. Or I'm not even going to catch up. I'm not even looking at winning. I'm not even going to even come close to catching up if I lose the main event. And then they can't seem to make up their fucking minds what they want to do with like Nikki Bella and John Cena. So,
yeah, well, something will happen. Nothing will happen. Maybe it'll be the shocking big return of Tyson Kidd.
Yeah, no. Yes. Tyson Kidd's neck says no.
He'll get a metal one, and it'll be like Lex Luger, where he'll use it as a weapon in the ring.
Yeah, I'm going to say, normally I would say yes, except so did Stone Cold, and yeah.
Yeah, but Stone Cold wasn't doing lucha shit to fuck his neck over when with his wrestling. He punched people. He doesn't need a 100% neck to punch people in the face. He just needs it to do the occasional stunner. Whereas Tyson Kidd is fucking jumping off of shit regularly.
No, he's not. Isn't he a submission wrestler?
I don't think he's jumping off his shit right now.
No, he's not. Well, he has a submission finisher because Hart, but no, he's more of a he's more of a high flyer. I wouldn't say he's like super lucha or like Jeff Hardy high flyer, but he's kind of a high flyer.
Well, let's see. He's got the Code Blue neck breaker, the Blockbuster neck breaker. Excuse me. The Dungeon Lock submission hold, a sharpshooter because Hart. He does have a springboard elbow, which he uses as a signature sometimes, and a swinging suplex. Brainbuster, a lot of kicks. He has a moonsault and a hurricanrana. He has some flippy stuff, but not a lot. He has a lot of ground-based moves, too. He honestly does.
Well, we know his neck injury is serious enough. He hasn't been on TV for like over a year, and he's been completely dropped from Total Divas. So
this is true.
Whereas Stone Cold came back in what, 6 months? Less?
No, he was out about a year, a little over a year.
I thought it was less than a year after his surgery, but I could be wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a year. Well, hang on, let's find out. Stone.
Still less than Tyson Kidd's been away.
Well, yeah, obviously it is a little more severe. But let's see, Austin. Let's see. Where the hell is it? Vince Champion Invasion? No, back here somewhere. Where the hell is it? Tag team titles, Intercontinental titles, site set on Rock, feud with Vince. Backlash, Shane, Champion, Rumble, Invasion. It was before the Invasion, wasn't it?
His neck surgery?
Yeah, well, his broken neck.
Well, the broken neck happened way before the Invasion. However, he didn't get the surgery for like at least a year or two after that. The neck surgery was a more recent thing in his career. In the later part of his career is when he got the surgery, actually.
Let's see. At SummerSlam, with the Intercontinental title on the line, Hart botched a pile driver Austin on his head, resulting in a legitimate broken neck and temporary paralysis. Austin managed to crawl over Hart and pin using a roll-up, visibly to his feet. Austin was forced to relinquish both of his titles. And that was, let's see, that was at SummerSlam 97.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that was in August. So, okay, so after the actual injury, Austin was out about a month. He showed up on September 22nd. And then the actual surgery, let's see.
Yeah, because he took painkillers, drank energy drinks, and drank beer to numb the pain.
Big show for Austin. Austin underwent neck surgery by Dr. Lloyd Youngblood due to Austin's injury from the pile driver at SummerSlam 2 years prior. He was away for a 9-month rehabilitation with the car angle as his reason for leaving. So basically, we were
so under a year, 2 years later. So yeah, Austin's more of a man than Tyson Kidd could ever hope to be.
Now,
he wrestled 2 years, to quote Kurt Angle, with a broken freaking neck. And then was only gone for 9 months. So suck on that, Tyson Kidd, you wussy.
Yeah, but Austin's injury wasn't as severe.
I don't know. He was dropped literally on his head, and his neck got snapped.
Yes, his neck got snapped. And, broke a couple of neck bones. Yes. Tyson Kidd not only had his neck snapped, he had his vertebrae on the precipice of severing his spinal cord.
Fair enough.
Remember, that's the Christopher Reeve injury.
Fair enough.
That's basically the same injury. He's lucky he's not. He's lucky he isn't dead, and remember, he's incredibly lucky he isn't dead. And the fact that he's not paralyzed is an all-fired miracle of God.
Which means he probably should not wrestle ever again.
He probably shouldn't know. That would probably be advisable. But then again, people have been told this before.
Not with this kind of injury, though.
No, but with equally bad injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm relatively sure that most people thought that with Shawn Michaels back, he wasn't ever going to wrestle again. And Shawn Michaels said, "Fuck that," went and got a metal back put in, and then came back and kicked ass for like 20 more years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even with that, Shawn Michaels was not on the precipice of being a quadriplegic or dead.
That is true.
Like, I'm sure even Shawn Michaels would be like, "Kid, don't do it. Not
Mhm.
worth it."
Mm-hmm.
And Austin would be like, "Son, let old Stone Cold tell you, you don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad enough wrestling with the broken freaking neck. No, you're gonna die, son. You don't want to die,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mhm.
worse, force Natalia to take care of you the rest of your goddamn life."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then Brock just walks by like, and Heyman's like, huh, wuss. My client went off a shooting star, and he got back up and finished his match and didn't take any time off.
And that's where Austin looks up. "Yeah, but your client landed on his ugly mug, not on his dome."
There was not long ago. There was a point. Spoonie was on Twitter and made a point about sometime with Triple H damn near snapped his neck, and he thought he only survived because he had about 2 inches worth of fucking meat on all sides to cushion the blow.
Possibility.
I don't remember what that particular move was, but it was something.
I know Triple H almost killed Kurt Angle.
Yes, this is true.
That's still a meme to this day, I believe.
Probably. Yeah, that would not shock me.
But yes, no, Tyson Kidd should never, ever, ever, ever return to the ring. Ever.
Yep.
But yes, I guess that was the Elimination Chamber.
It was.
It was.
So thank you two for joining me as always. Thank everybody else for joining me as always.
Absolutely.
We like
Yay.
and you know, I'm gonna bring it up here because I want to know what it was. Sorry, I've got the thing right here in front of me. It'll take 2 seconds to scroll to yesterday and see what it was. Because now I'm trying to remember what he was saying about that.
Well, who was saying about what?
Spoonie, the thing he made about when Triple H almost snapped his neck. I'm trying to remember what that was when that happened to Triple H. Now I'm trying to remember. Where is it? Scroll back here. It's got to be here somewhere. Oh, where the hell is it? Somebody mentioned it below in regards to. Also, by the way, Cristobal made a valid point that if Randy Orton has given up his WrestleMania spot, should that not, by the rules of the last time that happened, the first runner-up of the Rumble should therefore receive the WrestleMania main event slot?
It's happened before?
Which, yes, it has happened before. It happened the year that Vince won the Rumble.
I would be okay with this.
Why?
Well, you know who the second to last person in the ring was.
He wants those points.
That's true.
That would still guarantee me my WrestleMania main event.
It would.
So I would be okay with that. That would be a suitable second option. I would prefer Orton, but that'd be a suitable second option.
Yeah. Okay, so now I don't see where he made the comment about Triple H, so forget about it.
Of course, if they do that, that would completely screw up the rumored main events. Because you're not putting Roman Reigns against like Lesnar and Goldberg. That's not happening. They need to have their own match. Which means Kevin Owens would have to retain the title, or you have to drop it on some poor schmuck who doesn't deserve it. If you're going to go forward with the Owens-Jericho thing for Jericho's final match. Now, one thing they could do, since Seth Rollins decided to be a fucking idiot and tear up his knee again. And Jim's not even paying attention now.
I am.
They could have Samoa Joe take it off of Owens and have Reigns versus Samoa Joe.
They
That
could do
would be an
that.
awesome match. for
That would be
WrestleMania.
interesting if they did that. Yeah, they could do that.
And that'll be all points to me. That'd be even a better situation for me.
I'm sure it would.
Joe is gonna kill you. Also, Corporate Joe is fucking badass. I have to admit. Did you see that, John?
When he's in the suit.
Yeah, on Raw.
Yeah.
That was badass. He just came out, took the coat off, and just rolled up his sleeves. Like, okay, time to beat your ass. He looked like a corporate thug. I was like, that's awesome. That's a good look for him. Better than the 1 or 2 sizes too small jeans that he was wearing the Raw before, where he couldn't even fucking button the button. You see that, John?
No.
Yeah, when he came out to attack Rollins, he was wearing jeans, but I guess they failed to get the proper size or something because he had his button unbuttoned. At least with the suit pants, they managed to get him pants that actually fit this time.
That is true.
And we'll get to that on Saturday, but are you done now, Jim? Can we cut
Yeah,
this?
let's wrap this up. I can't find the thing, so we'll deal with it later. So, this has been the Elimination Chamber. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you on Saturday for the regular weekly recap where we'll be covering Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live. They are Jeff and John. I am James Phoenix. Peace.
Hi.